Are we on? Good evening, everybody. This is your host, Dr. Jake Shuppe, with week one of the Fearless Immunity Masterclass. We're excited that you're joining us. The theme for this week, the topic for this week is Introduction to the 5 Essentials. This is the first time we've done a masterclass. This is the first time that we've done a series, and I'm excited about what we have for you over the course of the next 6 weeks. So these 45-minute sessions are going to be building off of another so that we can equip you, so that we can empower you and educate you to transform your health, hit your goals, live an abundant life. And not only that, but so that you can inspire others to do the same thing. You know, that's one of our core values, is that we help others. And I see you becoming chiropractic warriors for health, transforming lots of lives. That's why we're doing this class. And for many of you, you've been to workshops, you've heard me speak online, your patients in the office. For those of you who have not heard my story, my name is Dr. Jake Shuppe. My wife, Dr. Chrissy, and I, we have been running Freedom Family Chiropractic, a Max Living Health Center in Garner, for about 5.5 years now. And the reason that the way that we got there was when I was a senior in high school, I was on the football team. I got beaten up a lot, bruised, limping. I remember complaining a lot after practices and games. And my mom, she referred me to go to a chiropractor. And immediately after my first adjustment, I felt better. I could turn my head and neck both ways. I was breathing better. I wasn't limping anymore. There was a pressure that just like released from my body. And I knew right then that I was going to have chiropractic care in my lifestyle. And it's no coincidence that it was the only season of football that I ever stayed injury free. So I owe chiropractic a huge part to me performing well and recovering well. And it made me decide to go to chiropractic school so that I could help other athletes and people recover. Well, then when I got there, I realized that chiropractic has the ability to be so much bigger than just helping people and helping athletes with pain, and that it can help people overcome all sorts of degenerative illness and also prevent and reverse diseases for everybody, from babies, children, elderly, the adults, and everybody. And it became my mission and my passion so that so many other people around the world can have that same type of life experience as well. I've seen it transform my mom's health, my dad's health, my wife's health, where my mom, she used to be having terrible migraines. The doctors put her on Imitrex. She was put on antidepressants like Wellbutrin and Effexor. And after going to a Max Living chiropractor, her headaches started getting better, where she was able to come off of the migraine medication. And after 7 months of going, she came off both antidepressants that she'd taken for over 15 years. And I watched it transform her health and my family's health. And it's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about what we do. And that is what led us to open our health center 5.5 years ago with my beautiful wife. And it's really the reason and the heart behind everything that we do, including this class this evening. So our purpose, our mission, is to be the standard for natural healthcare, so where everyone is empowered to live to their full potential. That's what we want. We want you living to your full potential. And this evening, you might not hear things that you've been watching on CNN News. You might not hear things that, you know, the TV is telling you. You might hear things a little bit different, because our goal is to get the truth into your hands about how the body is designed, how it's created to heal, how you can strengthen your immune system from the inside out, because all healing comes from above down, from the inside out. And you've heard me talk about this class, this series that's coming up over the next 6 weeks. So I kind of wanted to lay it out for you, what to expect, what to look forward to. And this week is Introduction to the 5 Essentials. You'll be learning more about those. Next week, very excited already about next week, all about viruses. Of course, you know, COVID-19 has like dominated the attention of the whole year pretty much. So of course, we'll talk a little bit about that, and strengthening the immune system from not just that, but all sorts of different viruses. Week 3 is going to be cancer awareness and cancer prevention. Week 4 is the nervous system. Week 5 is next level nutrition and detox. And then week 6 is the fitness plan. So for everyone, we're encouraging everyone to watch all 6 weeks of this series. And if you do, we've got a couple of really cool things for you. You're going to be getting a certificate saying you completed and achieved the Masterclass. And then also we've made some really awesome t-shirts for you as well that say Warrior Patient on them. So for all of our patients that complete the 6-week course, you're going to get one. It's got the Max Living logo on the back. It's got a sweet BJ Palmer quote on the back of it about health. And we want to gift that to you along with your certificate of completion for all patients that complete the course, just to make it a little bit more fun. But of course, the biggest reward that you could get is changing your health and inspiring others to do the same. So that's what's coming up. Now, let's say you weren't able to watch one of these live, then you would just go back, you watch the video on either my Dr. Jake Shuppe YouTube channel or the Facebook page. You comment on the video. This is an honor system type thing, where if you complete all 6, then you'll get the certificate and be considered one of our warrior patients. So hope you guys are able to hope you're able to get on here. Hope that it's working well. Hope that you can see me well. I was having a little bit of issues with my camera clarity here, so hopefully you can see me decent enough along with the PowerPoint. I want to encourage you, just kind of starting off here, as far as setting the tone. Each week, the goal is going to be to really set a goal or have a specific action step that you're taking away from each of these classes, and then you're implementing it through the week. So after the course of 6 weeks, you're going to have at least 6 different things that you'll be working on, that you'll be implementing. And some of you might get it really early on in the class, at the beginning. You've just posted. We'd love to hear what your action steps are, and we'd love to hear what your goals are. So once you got your thing for the week, we'd love to hear it in the comments. Let us know so we can encourage you and help you along with that goal. So we'll be doing that each week. And one of the reasons why something like this is going to be so important for you and for your family is because of where our health is at in our country right now. It's disgusting. It's despicable right now where we're at. And it's because, and we are the sickest nation in the world. I want to go through some of these stats right now, and I want to break them down a little bit. This top one here, it says 71.6% of adults over the age of 20 are overweight or obese. It can be really easy to just be like, oh yeah, well that's another statistic, right? What does that mean for that person though? Severely overweight and obese people, they are at greater risk of all other degenerative diseases. You're at greater risk for cancer, for diabetes, for heart disease, every other degenerative health condition goes through the roof with being overweight. It affects your energy levels. You can't move around the way that you want to be able to move around. You can't exercise. It put extra stress on the joints, leads to premature arthritis and subluxation. Being overweight, it really decreases the quality of people's life big time, and it weakens the immune system, makes you more susceptible to be getting other bacteria and viruses and pathogens. Approximately 6 out of 10 adults already have a chronic disease, heart disease being the leading cause of death. Just look this up. 665,000 people died from heart disease last year alone. Cancer is not too far behind there. Why is that important? Because these are lifestyle diseases. These are things that you can avoid. 45% of people have taken a prescription medication in the last 30 days. Many have taken multiple or on multiple prescription drugs. We're the most medicated country in the entire world. Over 100 million adults in the United States have diabetes or pre-diabetes. I saw this one earlier. I was blown away by it. I did some math, and that is approximately pushing 30% of the total population has either diabetes or pre-diabetes. So what does all that mean? Why am I going over this stuff? Because these are your family members. These are your friends, your neighbors. This is your pastor. This might be you. And we've got to do something about it. And the good news is that we can do something about it, because these are lifestyle diseases. And if you've lifestyled your way into a problem, then you can lifestyle your way out of the problem too. And there is hope and there is encouragement. And that's what we want to go into tonight. We are going to talk about the 5 essentials, which some of you who are not familiar with this are still wondering, like, what is the 5 essentials? What is he talking about with this? We're going to break those down in just a moment. But first, I want to talk about, this is probably one of the things I'm most excited to talk about this evening, because if you can get this, all other health decisions that you make from here on out will be positively impacted. So, hope you guys are doing good. Thanks for joining us on here. We'd love to hear your comments and takeaways. It's always appreciated. So we're going to be talking about the disease model versus the health model. And sometimes I like to call the disease model the sick care model or the medical model, sometimes called the allopathic model. A few different names, but there's the disease model and the health model. I also like to call the health model the chiropractic lifestyle model or the vitalistic model of health. So that's the health model, and the disease model. Let's take a look at our country right now in the Western world. Most people subscribe to the disease model, sick care model. And here's what happens. This is a reactive model. It means you wait till there's a problem. You wait till you get sick until you do something about your health. Like, let's say somebody goes to the doctor, they get a checkup, they find out they have high blood sugars. Doctor is going to put them on metformin. They're going to put them on insulin, or probably even more medications than that. But those are some common diabetes medications. So then they take the medication, they get the updated test. Oh, blood sugar is normal. Oh, you're fine. You're good. Your numbers are good, right? And then it kind of ends there. But are you really good? Are you really healthy then? They're looking at the blood sugar being off as that's the culprit. No, the blood sugar is being off is just the symptom of your body not functioning well, never looking to the fact of what is causing the blood sugars to be high in the first place. But you're fine. And then you just are supposed to be on those medications for the rest of your life, rarely addressing nutrition, rarely addressing other factors that's causing that blood sugar issue to be high in the first place. So if all you do is go to the doctor and get put on metformin and insulin and your blood sugars are fine, but the root cause of the problem stays there and you leave that problem there over time, you're actually getting what? You're getting worse. You're getting sicker because the root cause of the problem is still there. In fact, you're more toxic because you're pumping more medications into your body. That's how the disease model works. You see, it's not a healthcare model. It shouldn't even be called healthcare. In fact, I believe it should be illegal to call those healthcare facilities. Like you've got, all these different hospitals and these different healthcare systems. No, that's sick care. That's symptom management, disease management. That's disease care or emergency care. That is not healthcare because you don't get healthier when you do those things. Thank God they might save your life in a crisis. You get hit by a truck or you break a bunch of bone by falling off a building, go to the hospital. They'll save your life in an emergency. But if you're looking for health and to build health, you will not find it there. That's the disease model. The health model, this is more of a proactive approach to health. You're doing things on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, where you're doing things to strengthen your immune system and actually improve your health so that you can prevent yourself from you're doing things today that prevents you from getting sick tomorrow. Make sense? Now, sometimes that will be where you have to deal with symptoms in a natural health care model. Like, let's take the same blood sugar example. You go into a Max Living chiropractic office, a health model facility, and somebody has high blood sugars. We are looking, before we do any treatments, we are looking to get to the root cause of the problem. Of course, we start with your nervous system evaluation because it controls every function in the body. But we're also looking at, are you eating too much sugars? Are you eating too many carbohydrates? Most of the time you probably are. Too many carbs, too many sugars, too many bad fats, too many toxins. You're too stressed out. You're not sleeping enough. You got, your spine's messed up. It's destroying your nervous system. We look at these things, we address them, we remove the interference, get to the root cause of the problem, allow the person to build health naturally and become well again. See, these are the two diametrically opposed models to healthcare. And you, as the patient, you get to choose which model that you get to follow. You can follow the disease model, or you can follow a true health model. And for some of you out there, maybe even some of you who are already patients in our office, just because you're getting adjusted doesn't necessarily mean that you're living in a health model. You could still be stuck in the medical model mindset and getting adjusted. And I think we need to ask ourselves, now that we're looking at this, am I truly operating and living in this health model, or do I still have my foot over here in this medical model and I haven't totally dove into this health model? So it's just, where are you at with that? And what we're trying to create is true health warriors. Not to say you would never go to a hospital or anything, but are you living in that model as that's how you live your life? I want to follow the health model too. Love it. Thanks for the feedback back here, guys. So that's one of the things that I wanted to make sure that we addressed. So that's the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about, the disease model. I pretty much give you the comparison between the health and the disease model. The other unfortunate thing about the disease model, not only does it not work, for building health, but it makes people broke. The number one reason for bankruptcy in America is medical bills. And 75% of people that became bankrupt from medical bills had health insurance. So just in case you think your health insurance is going to protect you, a lot of the people that thought the same thing, it didn't. Here's just a couple of stats. One of the ones, two of the ones I point out on here. Average cost of a heart surgery, $324,000. That's an astronomical cost right there. That's like how many lifetimes of chiropractic care right there. The average yearly cost of diabetes, $9,600. I averaged this out. It's like over 4 years of consistent, regular max living care for one year of diabetes. You can get like 4.5 years of max living health care. So if you think health cost and buying organic food and supplements and chiropractic care is expensive, wait till you get sick and have to pay a hospital bill, and you'll wipe out anything you spend in a max living office quicker than you think. So not only does it work, but it makes you broke, unfortunately. So what's the answer? Well, we've been talking about these 5 things, and we call them the 5 essentials. This is what is just embodies the max living lifestyle is 5 essentials. It's a healthcare delivery system. When you live and implement and understand and you live your life by these, you are going to have the best possible chance to live an abundant, healthy life, like the way that you want to. So let's go over these. The first one is core chiropractic. So we're starting from the left over to the right. So the 2 up arrows, that's the spine, that's the vertebrae, that's core chiropractic care. The green one, that's nutrition. The triangle in the middle, that's mindset. The O, that's for oxygen and exercise. And the X is for minimizing toxins. So core chiropractic, of course, taking care of your spine and your nerve system. Nutrition, eating good food by God, quality, healthy foods. Mindset, properly the way you think about health, just like how we looked at disease care versus a disease model versus health model. That's all mindset right there. I believe that mindset could very well be the most important one if you had to choose one, because everything from mindset follows. And oxygen and exercise, the right type of workouts, getting oxygen into the tissues, and then minimizing toxins. Remember those. Write those down. Take notes of those. If you're a patient in the office, we'll ask you about them. Hey, how are you doing with the 5 essentials? If you can't even remember all 5 of them, good luck trying to live a 5 essentials max living lifestyle. So you got to know them. You got to memorize them. You got to write them down. And anytime things pop up with your health, you want to look at, hey, how am I doing in the 5 essentials? Which are the 5 essentials am I missing right now that I need to improve on so that I can get better with my health or overcome this health issue? That's how you want to be thinking. And when you're looking at the 5 essentials. So the first one that I want to talk about tonight is mindset. Now, again, each one of these essentials, they could have their own weekend series just on one of the essentials. So we're just introducing them. We're laying the framework for the understanding. The other classes are going to build off this. This is the foundation, but it's very important. It's like if you were trying to build a house, and sure, you got all these ideas for fancy lights and rooms and all sorts of cool stuff. But if you don't lay a solid concrete steel beam foundation, then you don't get any of that fancy stuff afterwards. So that's what these 5 essentials are for this class tonight. Mindset. We talked a little bit about mindset with just looking at the health model versus the disease model. But the thing that I want to take away tonight is a little bit about planning and goal setting. Before I get into that, though, there is a couple components that mindset entails. So it's how you view your health, how you approach your health, how you think about your health, but also it has a lot to do with a positive mindset. Positivity is very key to your health. Your mindset affects your physical health tremendously. Also, when it comes to your mindset, you have to be creating goals. There's a quote right here that says, plan to prepare or prepare to fail. You might have heard of another one. I actually like this one a little bit better, is if you fail to plan, then you're planning to fail. So as far as you're approaching your mindset, I want you guys to take away from this week, have your action step, have your goal, write it down. What is the thing that you're going to be implementing? How are you going to get there? How are you going to achieve that thing throughout the week? So that's one of my takeaways for mindset this week on this intro class is writing down your goal, writing down your takeaway from this, and making sure you find a way to implement that. Otherwise, it will not happen. You'll just watch the class. You'll forget about everything that happened, and nothing's going to change in your health. Core chiropractic. So this is the secret weapon. This is the missing link. This is the coup de grace. This is the knee plus ultra of health that most people are missing. And is it because chiropractic is more important than eating healthy? No. Is it because it's more important than exercising your body? No. The reason I say it like that, and why chiropractic is so cool and exciting, is just because not enough people know about it. Like, not enough people are implementing it and truly understand its importance. And that's why it has to be talked about so much, is because people know exercise and nutrition are important. The whole world doesn't know that you have to take care of your spine from birth till death if you want to be as healthy as possible. That's why core chiropractic is so important. And so chiropractic care, for maybe somebody who's not a patient in our office or just hasn't really heard much about it, chiropractic care is not about neck pain. It's not about back pain. It's not about your headaches going away. Chiropractic is not about pain. It's about brain. Let me say that again. Chiropractic is not about pain. It's about brain. Chiropractic care, spinal care, optimizes your brain and central nervous system, and therefore in turn then your peripheral nerve system. But your brain and your nervous system are optimized and are able to function at ideal levels when your spine is properly aligned and moving freely. When you look at your spine from this side view here, you can see there's these curvatures in the spine. From the side, when you're standing, there's to be 3 perfect 45-degree curves. From the front view, your spine has to be straight up and down. Your hips have to be level. If it's lined up properly, and it's also able to move freely, no restrictions, no subluxations, your brain's then able to send the messages down your spinal cord, across your nerves, to heal your body as close to 100% as possible. Your nervous system controls and coordinates the function of every cell, every tissue, every organ in your entire body. So if your spine is misaligned, guess what's not working properly? The rest of your body. If your spine is not working properly, your brain is not firing properly. If your spine is not moving properly, your brain and the rest of the body functions are interfered with, and you're not healing at your ideal levels. So when I'm not kidding when I say chiropractic care is not about pain and symptoms, it's about optimal function of the nervous system and your overall health. That's why you need to take care of your spine as soon as you possibly can. And some people have a hard time wrapping their head around this concept, and it goes back to that disease care, or that the disease model. Because if you have a disease model mindset, then understanding chiropractic care is going to be a little bit more difficult, because you're just going to look at it as a glorified natural drug to just treat a symptom. Well, you just come a couple of times, you pop your neck, your back, and the pain goes away, and all of a sudden you're good, or you're healthy, taken care of. But that's not how it works. It's just like nutrition. It's just like exercise. You need to be doing it regularly, taking care of your spine and your nervous system regularly. For how long? If you want to be healthy, for as long as you live. It's a lifestyle that you just do. And you know who does a really good job of explaining this? Is the dentists. And they've just done a fabulous job. And, early in the 1900s, nobody brushed their teeth. People didn't take care of their mouths. The dentists, they saw what was going on, and they're like, people have to start brushing their teeth regularly. So they came into the schools, and they had this huge, this campaign where they did all this education. They got to the kids. So you got to get to the kids if you want anything done. You got to get to the early generations if you want anything good happening, for the most part, as far as, over time. Educated the kids. They brought in their charts and rotted teeth and the giant toothbrushes, and they explained to us, if you don't take care of your teeth, you're going to get cavities, you're going to get gum disease, you're going to have stinky breath, and nobody's going to like you. and that's true, except for maybe the nobody liking you part. But it can lead to other serious health issues. So you brush your teeth, you floss your teeth, and you go to the dentist every 6 months for a checkup. And you do that for how long? Like, when are you going to stop brushing your teeth? Never. Because you need to take care of your teeth. And when do you start taking care of them? As soon as you get teeth. As soon as you get them. So when do you need to start taking care of your spine? As soon as you get a spine. And when's that? As soon as you're born. We check babies from minutes old. From the very day and hour that they're born, we'll check a baby's spine, because the birth process is a very physically traumatic experience, and they should be checked within the first week of life, as early on as possible. And then taking care of your spine with spinal exercises and chiropractic care on a regular basis as a part of a healthy lifestyle. When you get that, then you get how chiropractic lives into this health model and staying functioning optimally. When you have a healthy nervous system, you digest your food and you digest the nutrients better. When you have a healthy nervous system, your heart beats better. You have better blood pressure. Your hormones regulate better. You have a better, stronger immune system. Everything works better when you take care of your spine and central nervous system. And, too fast. Not done there yet. So, when you have a healthy nerve system, everything functions better. Now, if you're a patient in our office, excellent. Make sure you're making your adjustments on a regular basis. If you miss visits, your spine literally starts to go backwards, and you can lose progress, and you won't see the results that you're hoping for. Subluxations can be very difficult to correct. Making sure that you're doing your spinal home care exercises on a regular basis is going to be critical. Now, if you're watching and you don't go to the chiropractor on a regular basis, or maybe you've never been and you're wondering, what do you do? How do you do that? Well, then if you're in our area, some of you might be watching and you're in the Raleigh, Durham, Garner area, then you can come into our office. The first step would be getting some testing done, getting an evaluation done. You can go to our website. You can go to this website right here. I'll share it on the screen. You can go to freedomfamilychiro.com. there's a special on our website right now where you can come in at a discounted rate, and we'll do all the testing, see exactly what's going on with you, exam, consult, any necessary x-rays. And from there, we'll get the information we need to how we can help you if you want to move forward. So you can request an appointment online. Again, if you're in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, maybe you're watching this and you're in Texas right now. Maybe you're in Wisconsin near some of my family and you're looking for a chiropractor. The best chiropractors that I can refer you to are going to be, you go to this website right here, maxliving.com. You can find a Max Living chiropractor near you. Hopefully one pops up. If you need help, just you can comment. Of course, you can ask. I'd love to answer any questions and direct you towards a great chiropractor. Everybody needs a great chiropractor in their life. Everybody. So that's one of my most passionate essentials that we go over. We're moving on to the next section here, nutrition. Eating more food by God and less food by man. Basically, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to be able to eat healthy. Sure, do we know more about nutrition than we ever have before? Yes, but you don't have to. So the closer it is to its natural source, vegetables, produce, fruits, healthy grains, these types of things, the less processes that they have to go through, the better and the healthier that they are. And this next slide kind of talks a little bit about that right here. This is the one that I wanted to go over. So you can see here, foods that are in the processing plants, they're in boxes, they have laundry lists of different ingredients. Those are going to be more food by man, eating less of that, eating more food by God. And what I mean by that is, so in the Max Living nutrition plans, we have 2 plans that we're going to talk about. We'll break those down a little bit more in detail in week 5. Week 5 is going to be the nutrition and detox section. So we'll break them down more, but I'm going to introduce the 2 plans now. We got the core plan and the advanced plan. Again, you have to understand the language here, and that's the core plan and the advanced plan. The core plan is going to be like a maintenance healthy eating plan, and then the advanced plan is going to be just that. It's going to be advanced. It's going to help heal and repair tissues, advanced weight loss. You got the core plan and the advanced plan. And right now, when it comes to this pandemic that's happening, and the measures that have been taken right now are basically wear a mask, don't leave your house, social distance, and of course now there's a vaccine that they're making for it as well. So they want you to get the vaccine, they want you to wear a mask, and they want you to stay away from people, right? That's the answer to not getting COVID-19 or any other virus for that matter. How about looking at things that will actually build your health? You see, none of those things actually build your health, or none of those things actually strengthen your immune system. So instead of looking at that, how do we actively do that? And nutrition is one of the most important ways that you can boost your immune system right now. And, if people are doing all those measures that are being mandated or recommended, but they're eating food like this, then it's just completely counteracting what they're trying to accomplish. Let's see this food right here. I'll get a picture of some good food like fruits, vegetables. That's the best mask that you could possibly put on, is getting healthy nutrients into your body so you don't have to get sick in the first place, or even worry about having to catch something from somebody else, because even if you did come into contact with it, that your immune system could be so strong that you don't get the flu, that you don't get the cold, that you don't get the infection, that you don't get the virus, because you're actually taking care of your immune system on a regular basis. So you cannot neglect your nutrition when it comes to your immune system. Also counting chemicals and not calories. You know, we not that counting calories is bad, but we're more concerned about quality than we even are about quantity. So when it comes to your nutrition, counting chemicals, BPA, artificial colors, dyes, artificial sweeteners, nitrates, glyphosate, phthalates, you got to look at the ingredients and really make sure that you're Xing out things that have chemicals in them and not only being concerned about calories. Because we believe that if you eat healthy, good quality food, you should still be able to get full, not overeating, but still get full. You don't have to track everything down to the degree of calories. Now, there might be a season where you'd want to do that to really lose weight or get into ketosis or something. But as a whole, it's quality over quantity. And you can't get away from nutrition without talking a little bit about supplementation. And some people say, well, I just get all my nutrients from my food. Well, even for the most highly trained nutritional expert on the planet, that is nearly impossible. It is nearly impossible. And it's frustrating when people say that because, yeah, that would be the ideal, but it's incredibly impractical. Because even if you knew what all the quantities were and you were an expert in it, trying to get all the different foods and then measure them properly and then consume them, and then to do that not just one day, but on a regular basis is practically impossible. Unless you want to spend your whole life doing that, which nobody does because they just want to live their life. And that's why supplementation is critically important to overcome deficiencies in your health that you might not even be aware of. So you can have adequate levels of vitamins, minerals, micronutrients. And my favorite, most comprehensive supplement packet right now that came out at the beginning of this year are the Daily Essentials packets. They have the men's, they have the women's. I want to break this down quickly before we go over the next two essentials. I'm trying to keep this to 45 minutes, and there's just no way I'm going to do that again, but I'll still get moving right along here. So the Daily Essentials packets. So these 5 supplements that are in here were picked for a reason. They're the 5 most important things that most people are needing or have deficiencies in that, if taken consistently, can have the biggest overall effects and cover the most gaps in your nutrition. Number 1 being in there is the multivitamin. All your water-soluble vitamins, your fat-soluble vitamins, your minerals. Boom. Power-packed right in there. Then you've got and pretty much most people agree that a multivitamin is beneficial. Of course, you want to get a professional grade, high quality multivitamin. And then also you've got vitamin D3 in that packet. My number 1 most important recommendation for immune system is going to be vitamin D3, even more than vitamin C, because vitamin C you can get from other fruits and like foods and spinach and stuff. You don't find vitamin D3 in many foods. The only other way to get it naturally is from the sun. And most people are inside way too much, why vitamin D3 is really important to supplement with. Next is magnesium in the packets. 300 metabolic processes in the body require magnesium. Very important. A lot of people will take it for calming, helps some people sleep better. Those are some specifics, but magnesium is needed by everybody, and many people are deficient in magnesium, especially caffeine drinkers. So that's plugged in there. Then you've got your B complex at high ratios. So not just minimum required, but maximum needed for maximum results. And B vitamins are really important for your energy levels, among many other things. And then also you've got your omega, so your healthy fats. A lot of people eat fat, but A lot of people don't get enough healthy fats. So this is in your perfect omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of 2 to 1 from a pure source. It's going to be great for your brain, lower inflammation. And that's got all 5 of them in these little packets. They travel well. You don't have 5 different bottles. You don't have to open up 5 different capsules. Boom, you can take it on the go if you need to. They're $99. It's a month supply. And if you take them consistently, it's just a staple that you can do. So I've been taking these consistently for a while, and it's one of my favorite things that Max Living has put together recently. And if we could just get more Americans just taking the daily essentials on a regular basis, we could overcome a lot of different health conditions. So if anybody, this will stay true for not only this week, but all the classes of the 6 weeks masterclass. Anybody who watches the class, supplements, all supplements, not just the daily essentials, but all supplements will be 10% off that week in the office. You just say, hey, I watched the video, you reference it, and you get the discount for the week. If you want to, if you're somebody who's watching across the country and you're not in our area, you can just go to our website here. You can go to freedomfamilychiro.com, click on the store. You can order any of the supplements on there. They're shipped to you. Of course, if you have questions, you can just let us know. Again, this is the website if you want to order online. If you're a patient and you come in and you reference the masterclass, there'll be a 10% discount this week. So wanted to let you know about that. Moving on. So the next essential, minimizing toxins. So one of the ways that we're going to minimize toxins from the body is trying to come off or reduce medications that you're taking. Also, the amount of vaccinations, lots of toxins in vaccines, especially mercury and aluminum. These heavy metals, they damage the brain. There's a lot of other laundry list of other dangerous ingredients and vaccinations as well that you need to be aware of. Gosh, we have a whole class just on educating yourself on vaccinations. So vaccines, different medications, also the purity of the water that you're drinking, and the personal care products. That's a big one. You got to start looking at your personal care products like your shampoos, conditioners, your toothpaste. And we'll talk more about that in our upcoming week's classes. One quick concept that I want to share with you on toxins is the bucket theory. So you got the bucket theory. So imagine that this bucket is a cell in your body, and our bodies are just made up of trillions of cells. And this cell can hold so much before it overflows, right? Well, in this cell, you've got pollen, mold, house dust, food toxins, and so then of course like medication toxins, personal care product toxins, that should all be on there as well. And you know what? A little bit, and you don't notice anything. Your bucket starts filling up, you eat crappy food, you get your flu shot, boom, your bucket goes up. You get put on another medication, your bucket goes up. Like this stuff doesn't seem to be having any effect. Like I'm fine, right? Until the toxic accumulation gets to a point where that bucket is full, that cell is full, it overflows, it can't take it anymore, the threshold is broken, and boom, you have symptoms. This one is saying allergy. It's like sneezing, wheezing, itching, but it could be all sorts of different things. It could be cough, it could be chronic breathing issues. It could be a chronic sleeping issue. It could be all sorts of different toxicity, chronic fatigue. This bucket theory of toxicity, it's not just the things that you do one time. It's the bad habits that you do over and over and over and over again until the bucket is full, and then you're experiencing symptoms of disease. That's why detoxing on a regular basis is really important, so that you don't have to end up with cancer or degenerative disease or autoimmune issues 20 years down the road from now. is by looking at toxicity now and doing things on a daily and weekly basis that are into your routine of how to pull toxins out of your cells. Last essential that we're going to be talking about tonight, oxygen and exercise. We have a genetic requirement for movement and moving our bodies on a regular basis. And what's the most important type of exercise? I always say the one you do consistently. Why is that? Yes, there's all different sorts of types of exercise, and they're all have different benefits and not are all created equal, but the most important one is the one that you do consistently or that you like the most, because some exercise is going to be better than not doing anything or just doing it very sporadically. With that being said, there's a type of exercise that we teach our patients that is everybody needs to have in their arsenal. You need to have this as a tool in your tool belt. If you like to walk, great. If you like to do lifting weights, cool. So do I. If you like to run or do classic cardio for 45 minutes on the treadmill or something, that's fine too. That has its benefits. And we could break down all those. There's one other type of exercise that we teach regularly that is very beneficial for a couple different reasons, and you have to have it in your arsenal and use it at least into your routine. It's called high intensity interval training or high intensity exercise. It's short duration, but you're working hard for a short period of time. We have a program called Max T3. If you've never tried it before, you can purchase it online. You can purchase it in the office if you want to, or if you want to try a free workout every single month at 8 a.m. on a specific Saturday morning, we work out with our patients. We do a 12-minute workout in the parking lot. We do this high-intensity workout where we go 20 seconds on of exercise, and then we do 20 seconds of rest. We do that 3 times with 6 different movements, so it's 18 rounds, right? Only 20-second bursts, basically. You're done in 12 minutes. Half of it you're resting. So it's literally only about 6 minutes of actual exercise. You can be sweating. You can work your muscles. You can get a great workout in 12 minutes, because what is the biggest excuse why people don't work out? They don't have enough what? Time. They don't have enough time. But everybody has 12 minutes a day, or at least 12 minutes 4 to 6 times a week. So having this as a tool, not only for the benefits that HIIT training delivers, which is great for your weight loss and balancing your hormones. It's great for building lean muscle, losing weight, and it's is something that doesn't take a lot of time to do, and it doesn't require a lot of equipment. So you can incorporate these even into different types of other exercise. You can incorporate HIIT training into your lifting. You can incorporate it into your swimming or your biking or your running, or these other movements that you're doing. You can incorporate it in for added benefit. So if you are a patient in the office, I encourage you join us for the Max T3 workout that we do on Saturdays. Plug into your Max T3 program that many of you get, or just do some sort of exercise on a regular basis. As we're finishing up here, I want to hear, what are some of your takeaways? What are some of the things that you learned? If you're watching, make sure you comment on here. Tell us what your action step is going to be this week, and what you're going to be doing to improve your health. Next week, all about viruses. I'm already getting jacked up about this. Strengthen the immune system naturally. What can you do to protect yourself? Again, thank you so much for joining us in this first week of the masterclass. I only went 9 minutes over my goal, which is pretty good. Still under the hour mark, so I'm happy about that. keeping these as concise and powerful as possible. Again, if you're watching this, whether it's live or where you're watching this at a later time, love to hear your feedback and your takeaways. And hey, as wanting to help others and really make an impact in our community and in our families, please, if you found this beneficial, share this with a family member, share this with a friend. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. More great content will be coming next week. Viruses, 6 p.m. Tuesday night. We'll talk to you very soon.